Hello students and welcome back to the video lecture series of web programming. Today's topic is document object model, or you can say document object modeling, DOM. I am your instructor Ms. Shruti Raval. So let us start with the first thing, that what do you mean by DOM? So basically document object modeling, that is short form is DOM, is worldwide web consortium standard. So DOM is basically a standard that is followed by many programming languages. And why is this DOM used for, or what is the actual use of this standard? So basically W3C document object modeling is a platform and language neutral interface. So it is not dependent on any platform, it is not dependent on any particular language. It just allows you to program and you can write the script so that you can dynamically access the content, structure and style of a document. Now this is very confusing. You may wonder that, ma'am, what are you saying? Right. The thing that I am saying is the HTML document that is loaded in your web page. Right. So you have an HTML document that is loaded on your web page. Now what if I want to access the HTML element dynamically using any scripting language? I want to add some sort of logic to that particular HTML element, right? So there are different scripting languages available in the market, right, which are using HTML. Is there any standard way in which you can access those elements and you can apply some sort of logic to them? You can dynamically access, for example, there is a text box, you can dynamically access the text box, you can get the input value which the user has entered into the text box, and then you can do some sort of calculation or logic implementation on that value. Can you do so? Yes, you can do so, because document object modeling allows you to do so. So document object modeling allows you to capture the content of your HTML document, change the structure of your HTML document, change the style of your HTML document dynamically. Till now, if you wanted to change the style, what you were doing, you were writing the CSS code. That was a static CSS code. But what if you want the user to click a button and then you want the style to be changed? Now this is some sort of event rendering. If you want to render the event, on this event you want to change the style of a particular HTML element, what will you do? You will access your script language using document object modeling. So again, what is W3C DOM? W3C DOM is a platform and language neutral interface that allows programs and script to dynamically access and update the content, structure and style of a document. Now basically W3C has three DOM models. The first is core DOM, which is a standard model for all the document type. The second is XML DOM, which is a standard model for only the XML documents. And the third is HTML DOM, which is a standard model for HTML documents particularly. We are currently concerned with which DOM? We are concerned with HTML DOM. That is, we are concerned with the standard which is having this DOM in HTML documents only. So what do you mean by HTML DOM? HTML DOM is a standard object model and programming interface for only the HTML documents. Now I have repeatedly told you that if you are talking about JavaScript, everything in JavaScript is object. JavaScript is object based programming language. So the HTML document that you load in your web page, that is also an object. The text box that you are writing in HTML document for JavaScript, that is also an object, right? Because it is accessing that particular text box via document object modeling. So everything, if you are accessing via document object modeling with respect to JavaScript, everything is an object. So let us see here. Also I have written HTML elements are object. HTML elements means all the HTML elements, all the HTML tags with respect to DOM and JavaScript, they are object. Whether it is table, whether it is you can say link, that is hyperlink, whether it is heading, all the HTML elements are object. Then you have properties which are related to all the HTML elements. So using DOM you can change the properties of the HTML elements, right? So because we know that object has properties and methods, I am telling that text box is an object for JavaScript because it is accessing that you can say text box via DOM, right, via document object modeling. So because text box is an object, that particular text box will have two things. It will have properties which are related to it and it will have methods which are related to it. So in JavaScript, if you are accessing the text box, dynamically you can change the property of the text box as well as you can access all the methods associated with that text box also, right? Also, there are certain events which are related to HTML elements which DOM provides you, right? For example, click of a button, hovering of the mouse, clicking of input of any text or key in your keyboard, right? So these all are the external user input or events which are associated through the HTML document for particular HTML elements. So you can use these events and you can dynamically change the content, structure or style of your HTML document using document object modeling. Now, whenever you are talking about document object modeling, the first thing that you need to understand is whenever your HTML document is loaded in your browser. For example, this is my HTML document. You can see that I have HTML start, I have HTML end. Inside HTML, I have two portions, head and body. Inside head portion, you can see I have title, and inside title tag, that is title start and title end, I have some text written DOM. Similarly, inside the body portion, I have one tag heading. So I have a heading start, heading end, and inside heading I have written some text, that is heading, right? So please take a look over this HTML document. Whatever HTML document you write, as soon as you load this HTML document inside your web browser, this document object modeling basically converts this HTML document into document tree. And how is this tree created? Basically, the topmost object in the creation or in the hierarchy of DOM tree is window object. So you have a browser window, right? That browser window itself is also an object. So all the HTML documents are basically child of which object? Window object, right? So as soon as you load an HTML document, the first object in the hierarchy or the root is window. After that, what is the second object which is created as a child of window object? That is your HTML document object itself, right? So you know that you have written this many times, document.write, right? So document is nothing but in DOM it is an object. So you can access the method which is attached to this object, and which is the method we are using redundantly, write method, right? So document dot you are using write method. Similar to that method, there are different methods which we can use using this document object that we will see later on, right? So now you need to understand window is the topmost root object. The child object is the HTML document that you have currently loaded in your web page. Now, inside this HTML document, you know that in the previous code, what were the things? The first thing was the root element HTML. In HTML, you had head portion. So head is what? Head is basically your element, right? That is not the root element of your HTML document, but it is just an element. Head. Inside head you had another element called title. Inside title you had a text called DOM, right? Now For HTML, there were two portions, head portion and the second portion was the body portion. So there is a body element as well, and inside the body there was a heading, right? So H1 tag. So H1, now we are not referring it as a tag, we are referring it as an element. So whenever we are talking with respect to DOM, we will not be referring this as tag, we will be referring them as element, because they are nothing but they are objects with respect to DOM or JavaScript. And inside the element you have written some sort of text, that was we have written heading. So this is a hierarchy. So there are certain elements which are on the same level in this DOM tree. There are certain elements which are on the different levels, or they have parent and child relationship. You are aware about the tree terminology, right? You can see over here that my element H1 is basically the child of which element? Body. Now for example, if I had another element in body, for example I had second heading H2, then H1 and H2 will be on the same level, they are called siblings and they both are the child of same parent body, right? So this is the DOM tree which is created inside the DOM, that is your DOM standard, as soon as you load the HTML document in your web browser. So I hope this DOM tree is clear. Now what all things can you do using this document object modeling? Let us go through all the things that you can perform via using DOM. So I have already told you, for accessing the HTML document, for changing the content of the HTML document, for changing the style or structure of the HTML document, you are using DOM. So the first thing that you can do using document object modeling is you can change all the HTML elements in the page. For example, you want to change the text box, and if you want to convert the text box into button dynamically, you can do that in DOM, right? If you want to change the button to text box, you can do that thing into DOM. So you can change all the HTML elements dynamically in JavaScript using document object modeling. The second thing you can do via using DOM is you can change all the HTML attributes in a page. You know that there are certain attributes which are related to every tag, right? So for example, you have a tag, that is anchor tag. You have href attribute which is related to anchor tag. You can change the value of this attribute dynamically using document object modeling. Similarly, there are other attributes which are related to every HTML elements, and for DOM they are nothing but they are properties related to every HTML document, every HTML element. You can change this HTML properties related to HTML elements using document object modeling. The next thing is you can change the CSS style dynamically using JavaScript. Very good feature. You know that statically you can write a CSS code and you can style a page according to your preference. But what if you want to style a page according to the user interaction, right? What if you want the user to select the theme dynamically? You want the user to click on a button and you want the background image to be changed. Can you do so? Yes, you can do so using document object modeling. The next is you can add and remove existing HTML elements as well as attribute. So you have static HTML elements that you have already written in your HTML code. Dynamically, when you run this HTML page on the user interaction, if you want some of the HTML elements to be removed from the page, right? So for example, if the user is clicking a particular button, you want that the text box should be disappeared. You can do so using DOM. Similarly, if you want to add new HTML elements dynamically, again if the user is clicking a button and if you want a new text box to be added on the web page dynamically, you can do that thing also using document object modeling. The next thing is you can react to all the existing HTML events. So I already told you there are number of events which you can react to. For example, mouse click, and in mouse click you have left click, you have right click, you have double click, you have key strokes, you also have mouse hover, right? So these all are the external event to which you can perform some of the task, right? So how can you render this event? You can render these events using document object modeling. So these all are the things you can do using DOM. Let us see one example of DOM and then complete this lecture. So here you can see that when you click on me, I will change. So this is a text. If I am clicking on it, the paragraph text is being changed, right? So this is a web page. It has a paragraph, and on clicking on that paragraph, basically the text of the paragraph is dynamically being changed. This is not a simple static page of HTML. Instead, it has JavaScript which is using document object modeling, accessing the paragraph and changing the internal text of the paragraph using document object modeling methods, right? So I hope it is clear that what is the use of DOM, how to use DOM, what are the DOM methods, and how can we use those DOM methods to create such a page. That all things we will see in the next lecture. Up till then, thank you.